Hello, everybody. I'm Larry Ridley, and this is the NFL on EA Sports. We have a couple of confident teams coming into today's game. Both walked off the field with victories last time out. It's the Broncos going up against the Redskins.
All right, Larry, we are due east from our nation's capital at FedEx Field in Landover, Maryland. A few minutes ago, it sounded like the 4th of July on the National Mall as the hometown Redskins were introduced to this sold-out crowd. They are set to go as their guys will match up with the Denver Broncos. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line. Now a carry, it's C.J. Anderson. Broke a tackle, but not much room there ultimately. Just up past the 25 and no further. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. Here's Simeon now on 2nd down. A dump off to Anderson. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. That one good for 13 and a Denver first down.
I like it, I like it, I like it. Get everyone involved in the passing game, and you know you can create those great mismatches throwing it to your guys out of the backfield.
And on the first drive, that can also help establish some rhythm, right?
I think so, and gets everyone involved. They feel like they're part of it and really gets them amped up as they go forward.
And now whistles and a flag, and I think we got a jump here. And he got a little aggressive too early.
And he did, wanting that quick takeoff as the ball was snapped, but I think sometimes those big guys on offense, they're pretty cagey too, right? They make those little sudden moves or those little subtle moves that get you to jump.
Catch here, left side, Thomas. And he'll be brought down at the 45-yard line. 9 yards on the pickup there, and it keeps the drive alive.
I like the screen being called here early in the game, especially on the opening drive, because, Brandon, when guys come out of the locker room, especially those pass rushers, they are so amped up to get to the quarterback that you can use that against them, and a screen pass is a great way of doing it. A lot of teams against good pass rushing teams, they want to run the screen 10 to 12 times in a game.
And he gets this one all the way down inside the 15. 31 yards there and a first down.
That looked like a two-deep coverage, which we call cover two. And what that really means is you have corners, what we call rolled up in about a 5-yard area on the outside receivers. Then your safeties are back closer to the hash marks near the middle of the field, somewhere around 10 to 12 yards back. So if you can break through the first level, you've got a chance to run before you encounter any type of resistance from the safeties.
We saw the example of it right there. Following the penalty, Anderson. And he'll get this down only to the 18. They get 1 yard back there to make it 2nd and 14.
Well, obviously, they would have at least liked to have gotten back to the original line of scrimmage. Instead, now, they're dealing with 2nd and long.
I thought they would have passed it after the penalty. Probably wish they would have now. See if they stay on the ground for 2nd down. Gun. Here's Simeon. And that is caught. Touchdown, Denver. Virgil Green, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Broncos take it all the way down the field and score on the opening drive. On here, Brandon McManus for the point after. And he's got it. 7-0 Broncos. Now McManus on to kick this one off. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Here's a carry now for Keith Marshall. And he'll fight forward to about the 27-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Well, he was looking for some running room, and there wasn't a whole lot of it there on that play. I think he was lucky to get a couple of yards out of it because those defenders, they were rallying to the football pretty quickly.
On the ground, it's Thompson. He takes this for 3 to the 29. And after getting tackled, he's still down and looking very slow to get up. And how might this affect him for the playoffs? We'll get a report when we come back.
And they insert their dime package, 6 DBs here on 3rd and 6.
Expecting pass all the way. Now Cousins here on the bootleg. He'll buy some time right. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Aqib Talib.
I think that interception happened for 2 reasons. Quarterback gets outside the pocket and panics a little bit. And receiver doesn't make sure he's absolutely in an open spot. So there's a guy lurking, took the ball from him.
Yeah, so don't wave your arms, right, as a receiver if you're not wide open.
Got to know that you're open. Otherwise, just don't do it.
Here's Simeon, and his pass incomplete. Carlos Henderson, the intended receiver, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
That was a nice grab. Just couldn't get the feet down, right? You needed that toe tap sequence there. Whatever size shoe he's wearing, probably need about a half size smaller to complete that one.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Here we go now. Green.
Back to the air, Simeon on 2nd down. On the right side, caught by Green. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. A Bronco first down there, 12 yards on the play.
And after that completion, you can understand why so many teams in the league are emphasizing speed on defense at every position. The tight ends have created so many tough matchups now. If you can't run with a tight end as a linebacker, this is going to be the result every time.
Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down. Getting the sense, Charles, they're going to put a big emphasis this afternoon on the run game.
And why not? What we're seeing so far is working pretty well from them. And here's the best part. We always talk about the best performers do their job when the lights come on. I think he likes natural light best.
On 2nd down, Anderson. No dice this go-around. He's hit behind the line and taken down. They'll lose a yard that time, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down.
Every year I go to the combine and marvel at the speeds that linebackers are running nowadays. They run like DBs. And let's face it, they know how to finish plays too. Eyes up, head up, run right through them.
Meanwhile, taking a look at what's going on in KC. And the Chiefs have jumped out to an early lead in their ball game. Remember to keep an eye on the ticker, of course, at the bottom of your screen for updates on that game and others around the NFL. Simeon. And able to find Green. And he will have the first down before he's tackled at the 12. 17 yards for the Broncos there as they've got themselves a first down. On 1st and 10, Simeon eluding the pressure right. And he just throws this one away. Smart decision here this close to the end zone, and it brings up 2nd down.
I hope I don't sound too rah-rah on that one, but that's the exact right throw. Either your receiver gets it or no one gets it. Give him a lot of credit for being really precise with it.
Got rid of it. No one got it. On 2nd and 10, Simeon. He's going to leave this for his running back. It's complete. And he is into the end zone for a Denver touchdown. C.J. Anderson, his 17th touchdown now on the season. And the Broncos will add on to their lead. Now McManus on to kick this one off. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Out comes Washington's offense as they get set to take over here. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early. Probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. They stay on the ground. This is Marshall again. And he's going to be taken down with a marker on the field. So let's see about the call. So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. Only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
Second down, Cousins. And the pressure too much that time as Cousins goes down. Domata-Peko able to collapse the pocket and drop him for a loss of 3. Third and long for Cousins. And he fires one, but incomplete.
This team is not going to make it easy for you. They're a physical group, and we just saw it there on that play. He came in, made the contact, just as he's trying to haul it in.
He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. Call it 46 yards on the punt, just a single yard on the return as he was covered quickly. And the Broncos take over, first down and 10. Here's Anderson as they begin this series on the ground. And he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down.
Well, forget about finding a lane there. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. Probably fortunate he was able to hold on to the football.
Back alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. It's Bronco football to begin quarter number 2, but they face a second and long to start things out. Simeon. He goes underneath for Anderson. It's a 9-yard pickup on the play, and they're going to face a third down.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
Third and 2, Simeon. Got him in. He finds Sanders. And all the way home for a Broncos score. Emmanuel Sanders, his 9th touchdown of the season. And the Broncos will extend their lead. And correct me if I'm wrong, that was just a simple fly route, wasn't it?
No, there's nothing to correct at all. You've got it down pat. And I just remember as a player, when I'd be in practice sessions, and I'd hear 9 from the receivers, that meant fly route, go, look out. That was the 9, and he just kept going all the way into the end zone for the touchdown.
We remind you, no night game tonight on Christmas Eve, but we make that up with 2 games under your tree tomorrow. Oh, that's nice. Yes. I'm just reading the card. I got to give props to our writer, Ed Brady, there. But we start with the Steelers and Texans at 4:30 Eastern, followed by the Raiders and Eagles, a Super Bowl 15 rematch. You impressed that I know that?
I'm very much impressed that you know that. Who's the MVP?
Yep, that'll be at 8:30 Eastern from Philadelphia. Well, this is taken in. It's complete. The 20 to And he is into the end zone for a Washington touchdown. Ryan Grant, his first touchdown on the year. And the Redskins are able to close the gap just a bit. It's up, it's good, and that'll cut the lead to 21-7. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Now this Broncos offensive unit ready to head back out onto the field. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked. But you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
They start the drive with Anderson. Broke a tackle, but not much room there ultimately. Just up past the 25 and no further. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. On 2nd down, here's Simeon. Flushed out right. Space to maneuver at the 40. They'll find the rookie from La Tech. It's Carlos Henderson. And he's taken down, but not before getting this across midfield and just shy of the 40. A very nice pickup of 33 yards. First down. Here's the run with Anderson. And some room to roam now. Past the 20. And all the way home for a Broncos score. C.J. Anderson, his 2nd TD of the game and 18th of the year. And the Broncos will add on to their lead. And his kick is good. Now McManus on to kick this one off. This will be fielded at the 8. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. A look at Washington as they come onto the field. And last time the formula was pretty simple. One play drive, long pass. That maybe they just want to do that again, right?
And that's exactly how you want to draw things up. Whether it's on your grease board, right, in your playbook, one play drive is exactly what you want on offense. What they have to be careful of is not having a letdown. It was real easy last time. They can't expect that going forward.
Yeah, we'll see if it's that easy here. That'll set them back with a loss of 3 on the play. And that'll make this a 2nd and 13. This is Marshall. And he'll get about 3 here as he's out to the 30.
Well, they didn't get a whole lot out of that one, but I think you've got to continue to try and run and try and keep the defense honest.
You mean or else they'll just sit back, dare you to throw it on every down?
Yeah, you get your quarterback hit a lot that way, too.
So a 3rd and 10, and defensively, a dime look. 6 DBs. From the shotgun, it's Cousins. Throw left side, complete. That's Kelly. And he's got the first down yardage before he's brought down at the 42. 12 yards there as they move the chains. Now Marshall. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 41. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
When you're putting together a formula for winning defense, it's exactly what we're seeing in this game. Controlling the line of scrimmage, attacking, and changing.
Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off around the 41.
Well, I get what he was trying to do. He was moving to his right and trying to shift the coverage, but instead he shifted the coverage also to the right and threw it right into it for an interception.
After the interception, here's Simeon. Flush to his right, and he'll get up to the 43-yard line. Give him a couple on the scramble. It's second down.
Yeah, he only gets a few yards on 1st and 10, but he's better off doing that than throwing an incompletion or even worse, an interception.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And this one's going to go the wrong way. Losing yardage back at the 42. They'll lose a yard, and it brings up 3rd.
I think there's one element that just keeps increasing on defense in the NFL, and that's speed. They want it at every position, and we just saw there some linebackers who can go sideline to sideline, run past that trash, go past people, and make tackles near the sidelines.
And not only near the sideline, but also in the backfield there for the loss. So they took a shot there on 3rd down, couldn't get it. Now it's 4th.
Let's give this defense some credit now. They let the guys get downfield, but when push came to shove, they stood their ground, and now they'll likely force a field goal attempt.
Oh, this is off the side of his foot. And where will this be spotted? The side judge says it went out just across midfield. A look at Washington as they come onto the field. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. 2 minutes remain here in the first half. Back to FedEx Field following this short break. 1st down and 10 now for the offensive group. They go play action here on 1st down. And this one's incomplete. Jordan Reed was the intended target. That'll bring up 2nd down.
But one thing that I've liked defensively is that they've shown them a lot of different looks here in the first half. They've come after them. They've sat back. I think that's what you need to do to keep an offense guessing.
And they certainly have kept them on their toes. That's why they haven't had much success on the scoreboard. So incomplete on 1st. Let's see what 2nd down has in store. Cousins to throw it. This is Reese on the ground. And he gets it down a yard or two shy of the 30 before he's out of bounds. Give him 9 yards on the 2nd down screen play.
And the big guy catches the ball out of the backfield, and oftentimes that's quite a surprise to the guys playing defense because not ordinarily thought as a pass catcher, it often works when they decide to dial it up.
On 3rd down, that's Marshall. No gain on the play there, and it'll bring up 4th down. They're going to need to get up and set in a hurry.
On every snap, a defense is trying to establish who they are, but on 3rd and short, that's really when you put it out there and tell people who you are, and that's exactly what they did. For the offense, they're looking at their offensive line and saying, guys, where are you? We need you on those plays.
And he's got the first as they'll bring him down at the 28-yard line. A gain of 4 on the play, and on 4th down, they're able to convert and move the sticks. Cousins now to throw on 1st down. He's going to flip that out to the flat. It's complete. And I think the ball's out. It's picked up by the Broncos. And they will take over at the 26-yard line.
The psychology of the game never ceases to amaze me because you would think there would never be a fumble from what we hear from coaches all the time, right?
And how much they practice not fumbling.
Practice it, preach it, talk it.
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked by Kendall Fuller. And he will score. Touchdown, Washington. Making back-to-back weeks now with a pick 6 for him. Oh, they flip it to the kicker. He looks like he's going to throw it. A second-quarter score from KC. The Chiefs continue to add on. They're really rolling. And we'll keep an eye on that one as our game goes along here. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. So the Broncos coming out now. And we'll see how this is played. Offensively, they've got the lead. Not a whole lot of time left. What do you think, Charles?
Well, it's tempting to try and add to your lead, but a mistake there, that can change things in a big way.
C.J. Anderson, 20, 10, and he does take it in for the touchdown, but a flag on the field, and I don't think this is going to stand.
Yeah, don't put the points on the board just yet.
Simeon looking left side and completing it to Thomas. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. And now before this first down play, we're going to get a timeout here, as they'll stop it with 25 seconds to go here in half number one. First down, Simeon. Looking deep downfield. Trying to get it to Thomas, and it's intercepted. Picked by Kendall Fuller. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half. This defense had 3 interceptions last week. They're on pace for more than that here. 2 in the first half.
Do not adjust your set. This is not instant replay. This is a defense that is locked in. They're essentially running the routes for the receivers and turning them to the receivers themselves, aren't they? I mean, it is amazing what I'm seeing, because the reactions of those guys back on the back 7, phenomenal.
Following the interception, Cousins. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And that'll be incomplete with just 6 seconds left on the clock. He was looking for Jamison Crowder there. And now it's second down. Some of the fans here don't seem too happy about what we've seen in this first half.
No, not at all, and I understand why. They look lethargic, out of sync, and it shows on the scoreboard.
Airing one out for Crowder. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off by Will Parks. Oh, he's got a little daylight. And he will be brought down as time has now run out on this first half of action. So we've reached halftime here. Let's throw in a broadcaster cliche, shall we? Both teams looking for a gift on Christmas Eve. As we'll send you down the coast to Orlando, where we check in with our friend Larry Ridley and the EA Sports Halftime Report. Larry? Around the NFL, second quarter in Chicago. And it's the Browns out to the early advantage. We'll keep you updated on that one as it progresses. Now the Redskins offense, they get set to go back to work here. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily what you look at your plays, oh, this hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hands of X, Y, and Z and see if we can move forward.
So don't get too cute. Go to the playmakers. And he's able to plow forward up to about the 29, just shy of the 30.
And that was a good collision right there. And I know this as a former defender. If you're playing linebacker, you're going through a checklist on every play on who you think's going to get the ball and where you think the ball's going to go. Rarely do you expect the fullback position to get it. And on that play he did. So you got to steel yourself at that point because the contact is...
And the Broncos get there and take him down. Todd Davis in there to make the sack. He buries him for a loss of 10. Now Cousins. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. It's Chris Harris with a pick. And a great return as he gets this all the way down close to the 30-yard line. Just a little bit of a rough stretch. 6 interceptions now in these last 2 weeks combined.
I know the easy thing is to go back to mechanics, footwork, things of that nature. I'm also wondering, is he getting fooled by what he's seeing on defense? Has the scouting report changed? Are they showing him things different than what he expected? For the 2nd week in a row, he's throwing it to the guys in the wrong color shirts.
Yeah, he better figure, whatever the reason is, he better figure it out. They run it again with Anderson. And he's got some space here. And he is into the end zone for a Denver touchdown. C.J. Anderson, his third touchdown of the game, number 19 on the year. And the Broncos turn that interception into a touchdown. Here's Simeon.
It's interesting that when it comes to two-point conversions, even heavy run teams tend to throw the ball in these situations. In this case, this one was intercepted.
Yeah, they weren't fooled. They were ready for the pass, picked it off. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Out comes the Redskin offense now as they get set to begin another possession. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, you had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. Play action now. Cousins. Josh Doxson's got it complete. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. That goes for a gain of 31.
There will always be a place for methodically marching the ball downfield. But when you can pick it up in big chunks and strike like that, have explosive plays, that's often the difference in winning and losing. Those types of plays that can knock a defense off balance, that'll drive a team towards a victory.
And he'll bring this one inside the 35. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3. Now a 2nd down throw for Cousins. On the catch, it's Crowder. And he's going to get it down to the 33-yard line here. That catch good for only a yard, and it'll be 3rd down.
The goal of a wide receiver screen is get enough blockers in front to create a wall and let him pick his spot to run the football. How about the defense there, swarming to it and not allowing that to happen? Did not let him get downfield.
And he's going to get to the 31, enough for the 1st down. Just a gain of a couple, but good enough to keep the drive rolling. A 1st down throw for Cousins. Out to the left here to Reed. And he'll go down here right around the 23-yard line. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the 1st down completion. Well, this is how you shake the thoughts of that interception on the last drive. You come out and start this one 4 for 4.
And watching him throw it around with that type of confidence reminds me of a guy I played with way back when who told me, I don't care if I throw 10 interceptions in a row. I'm going to stay confident, keep flinging it. I just figured there's something wrong with the football.
It's a loss of 2, now 3rd down. The Redskins on 3rd down. They've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. This is 3rd and 4. From the gun, here's Cousins. Escaping the pressure right. He can run for it, and he will. Give him 7 on the tuck and run, and it'll get him a new set of downs.
When they watch film of this game and hand out the grade sheets, he's going to really like getting a double plus on this play. Why? He scrambles and picks up a 1st down. But what else does he do? Protects himself by sliding and avoiding the big hit. Double plus, big-time play.
And he is going to be knocked flat on his back. Oh, a big hit at the 12-yard line. Four yards remaining now on 2nd down. And here's Marshall. 9 yards on the play there, and it sets him up 1st and goal.
Well, as the play call comes in on 3rd down, you have to think about 4-down territory here. Down a few touchdowns, they need points, and they need big points.
And the seemingly endless drive continues. They'll come out in the pistol. Again, we'll see the pistol here. Now a guy who's been a Raider his entire career. This is Marcel Reese. And they'll get him down just shy of the goal line at about the 1. Off offense looks to punch it in here from the 1 on 2nd and goal. And he's going to be shoved back short of the goal line. They hold him again, and now all of a sudden it's 3rd and goal at the 1. Gotta figure this is one they need here on 3rd and goal. Another pistol look here. On 3rd and 1, here's Cousins. And that is caught. Touchdown, Washington. Jamison Crowder with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Redskins are able to cut into that deficit. Now it's Hopkins to add the extra point. And oh, it's no good on the PAT, so they can't add on here. And our score is going to stay right where it is. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This one taken from the 7. And a nifty return there as he's all the way up past the 40-yard line.
At some point, we're going to get it through our heads. Special teams, special teams, special teams. The spark that often wins games.
From the pistol, they run with Anderson. And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage. It'll be back at the 36. Now, he lost 6 there on the first down play. Looking to jam the receivers at the line here. Press coverage look defensively. Simeon now to throw. He throws and he hits the slant route to Thomas. And he'll get it out to midfield. Yeah, they'll spot it right at midfield at the 50. Now after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. Not something you want to see in week 16 or any week, really. We'll be right back.
Let's go. Watch it now. Here we go. Detroit. Watch it now. Party. Let's go. Over.
From the 50, it's Simeon. Looking for Sanders here on the deep ball. Got a man. It's caught inside the 10. And all the way home for a Broncos score. Emmanuel Sanders, his 10th touchdown of the season, 2nd of the game. And the Broncos will extend their lead. From Soldier Field, meanwhile, in Chicago, a third-quarter score. The Browns, they have scored again to add on to their lead. Remember to keep an eye on the ticker, of course, at the bottom of your screen for updates on that game and others around the NFL. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. A look at Washington as they come onto the field. Laundry on the field. This is going to be a false start on the offense.
Sometimes you have to slow things down a little bit when things get heated. The cadence has to be slow and deliberate at times to make sure your team's ready to go.
Now Cousins here on the bootleg. And he's going to be brought down. Back at his own 6-yard line. Von Miller in there to drop him, and he continues to wreak havoc in offensive backfield. Sack number 16 on the year. Here's Cousins. They'll roll him out right. And my goodness, another interception. And how about this? It's the other Brandon Marshall that picks it off. And his guys are going to take over at the 31-yard line. Charles, whatever's going on between his ears right now, it's just not completely calculated correctly. 7 picks between last week and this week after that one.
And they always say the most important part of a player is those 6 inches between the ears. But right now, it's all those interceptions that are going on. So whoever his trusted confidant is on the sidelines, I don't know if it's the offensive coordinator, the quarterback's coach, maybe the backup quarterback, that's who he needs to get with now and get himself calm.
Again, Anderson. And he'll take this down just shy of the 25-yard line. Give him 3 on the run there. Now they're looking at a 3rd and about 5.
Third quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
Back now at FedEx Field. A lot of folks starting to make their way to the parking lot. Their guys trail big here to begin quarter number 4. The Broncos on 3rd down. They've been good, 3 for 4 thus far. This will be 3rd and 5.
Here we go now.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to have a first down here as he gets this one to the 17-yard line. A 10-yard pickup, and it's enough for a Broncos first down.
Do my eyes deceive me, or is he getting stronger as this game moves along?
Burst seems just as good here in the 4th as it was way back in the 1st, doesn't it?
I do believe someone put a lot of time in the offseason and continues to condition during the season in order to continue to carry the ball at this rate.
Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8. Let's see what the offense comes with here, 2nd and 8. They'll try the air now with Simeon. Out to the flat. That's complete to his running back. They'll wind up losing 3. And now it's 3rd down.
If you're a selfish player and you're throwing the ball, you're cool with the completion. Maybe not so cool with the yardage loss, though, huh?
Yeah, you went backwards on the yardage. Hey, it kind of works like a sack for the defense there.
Yeah, it's a really big play for them, right? Able to figure it out, sniff it out, and finish it off.
And now we're going to get a timeout called by the Redskin defense. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter. And McManus able to put it through. And that will extend their lead even further. So it's 3 more points, and that widens things out even further here in the 4th.
Hey, in this league, you can never have too much. So if you're in range, grab the 3 whenever you can.
This one taken just inside the 10. And he'll take this across the 25, a couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. And here come the Redskins now. They'll run with Marshall. And he's not even going to get back to the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
That's pretty symptomatic about how things have gone here. That play was just shut down right from the start.
And not going to give them a lot of confidence to help turn things around. So the long attempt falls innocently to the ground, and it brings up 3rd.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield.
300. 48.
On 3rd down, Cousins under a heavy rush, and down he goes.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
And they will not be able to hook up there. It's incomplete. The Redskins go for it, but it doesn't pan out. And, boy, possession here turns over with the football already being in the red zone. Another tote here for the workhorse this afternoon. It's Anderson. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line.
Brandon, it's clearly a running situation when you're up in the 4th quarter. They're going to have to stack the box and make it difficult for them to move the ball.
Made it very difficult right there. Now they need to repeat that effort.
Yeah, bring 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take to slow him down.
And he's going to push his way down to about the 12. A nice job there as he rumbles for 9, and it'll be back to a 3rd and 3.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I can just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there, I'm going to tackle this guy. By the 4th quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down 4th quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently. And probably the wise decision there. No one open. He just throws it away. And that keeps the field goal on the table as it's 4th down. And McManus able to put it through. And that'll push the lead from 24 up to 27. So he splits the uprights there, and I would imagine it's nice as a kicker. Right when it leaves your foot, you know it's good.
Yeah, it's kind of like a golfer that picks up his tee after a nice drive without even watching it land.
Solid analogy. I like it. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line. A look at Washington as they come onto the field. And on that last drive, went for it on fourth, turned it over. A good job by their defense, though. They held them to 3, but this offense, they've got to be a little bit better, a little bit more careful here.
And sometimes when you see these calls on fourth down, when they decide to go for it, it's not necessarily the coach saying, I believe in my offense. Sometimes the coach saying, I believe in my defense. I can afford to go for it here because if we don't get it, I don't think we'll give up more than 3. And that's exactly what happened there.
You think that factored in?
I do. I think that he had that in his mind going into the game, that I'm going to be aggressive on offense because I know I've got a defense that can hold up their end.
First down. Here's Cousins. Crowder's got it over the middle. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. A good gain of 14 there, and it moves the chains. On 1st and 10, Cousins. Being chased out left. Now he's going to throw deep, and this is caught. Big yardage that time for the Redskins. 42 yards. Well, we haven't been shortchanged on offense. Another fun play to watch there on the deep pass.
This game has the feel of, what, a turkey bowl, a Thanksgiving day. You know, when we get together this year, when the Davises and the Gaudens get together, that's what our playbook's going to look like they're drawing them up in the dirt, and so far it's working for both of them.
And this one will wind up with him losing yardage back to the 4-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down. This linebacking core, they've done a good job of keeping that running game in check, haven't they?
They certainly have, and what they'll also do when this game is over is thank the guys up front, the big defensive line, because they've kept them clean, so to speak. Not letting blockers get to them, allowing them to run to the football and keep that running game bottled up. Brandon, some of those windows to throw the football that exist when you're between the 20s, they don't exist when you're this close to the goal line. But as a former DB, I liked it closer to the goal line. Tighter windows made it easier to cover people, actually.
3rd and goal for Cousins. Well, had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going.
I know every offense wants to start their snaps closer to the goal line, but it's actually harder to throw the ball in those situations. You throw into that tight coverage, you see what happens. Hard to get the ball in there.
Not enough space there. Lucky maybe that it wasn't intercepted. And a field goal obviously means nothing here. They're going to go ahead and go for it on 4th down. Time running out here on the play clock. Cousins. And this is incomplete. They're turned away on 4th and goal. And the Bronco defense comes up big. So a tough pill to swallow there. A would-be touchdown pass in and out of his hands on 4th.
Sometimes it just comes down to execution, doesn't it? Because we're always questioning, should they go for it, should they not? Is it the right play call, is it not? In this situation, everything was right except for the finish. You have to catch the ball and convert.
Now Anderson running right. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. And now here comes the 3rd of their timeouts defensively. So they'll be left with only the 2-minute warning to stop it from here on out. The Broncos on 3rd down. They've hit 4 of 7. This is 3rd and 10. From his goal line here, Simeon. Got a man. He finds Sanders. And he's going to have the first down as he's marked down just shy of the 20. They were looking for a little spark and some breathing room. They got it right there, a gain of 14 and a first down. Time for a break. Back to finish it off on EA Sports after this. They'll run it now out of the gun. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And it'll bring up a 2nd and 13. Handoff comes to Anderson. And a short gain across the 15 to the 17-yard line. Give him 2 yards that time, and it's going to leave him with a 3rd and 11 situation.
This is what happens sometimes when you abandon the running game. It's hard to get back to it because once guys get out of that mentality of firing out and hitting people, hard to get them started again occasionally.
All right, here we go. Green 39. Green 39.
He didn't even try to signal for a timeout, so they must have not been aware of the numbers.
I think he lost track of the time left in the play clock and probably was trying to read the defense and trying to figure out which play to run and just lost track, and it cost him.
3rd down now, C.J. Anderson. And he'll get this one up to about his 14. Just a gain of 2 there, and it's going to bring up a 4th down.
So where'd all that running room that he had in the first half go? Because it looks like it's drying up a little bit here. Someone made some adjustments, it appears, at least on this drive.
Dixon, the punter, is on as he sends it away. And a fair catch taken here right at about the 40-yard line. A 41-yard punt there with no return. And it'll be Redskins football now with a 1st and 10. On the NFL scoreboard, 4th quarter now at Soldier Field. Now, you saw the score at the bottom of your screen a moment ago. We got a good one going on there. Cousins on 1st down. If they indeed win, it would be win number 9 on the season. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this into enemy territory across the 40. That one goes for 24 yards. Working out of the gun, Cousins. And now here is another interception. It's Chris Harris with a pick. Accelerating, and off he goes. And he will score. Touchdown, Denver. Defensively, they've had their way in this one. That pick 6 makes that scoreboard even more lopsided.
I remember talking with a guy in the league, and I said, what do you do when the game's like this? You know, it's pretty much over. You ready to go to the bench and hang out? He said, oh, heck no. I want to stay on the field. I might get some stats. I might get a pick or 2.
You like being out there at the end of these wide margins.
When they have to throw it, that gives you more opportunities to go get it.
So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. This will be fielded at the 8. Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32-yard line. A look at Washington as they come onto the field. This is just an exercise in futility. Do you even bother running a play here offensively?
I wouldn't, because now is not going to erase what's happened during the game. So after it's over, you're going to go to the film, find out where the game was really lost. But this is not a situation now where you're going to make up for anything.
We'll see what they do here. And barring something unforeseen, this will be the last play of the game. One last shot now for Cousins. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. A big offensive explosion helped leading them to victory. And the defensive guys, they're just saying, hey, put those points up every week. We'll just keep winning.
They will gratefully accept them, won't they? It makes their job that much easier when they're scoring that many points. Allows them to play with a totally different style and a different flow.
So for Denver, the win moves them to 8-7 now on the year. And they'll return home next week to take on the Kansas City Chiefs. Meanwhile, for the Redskins, this was basically just an exhibition game for them as they'd already clinched home field advantage. And they'll look to regroup next week as they head to MetLife Stadium to take on the New York Giants.
you.